welcome back to another episode of Sports Fans Only. See Anthony, I'm Sean Mack, and today we're going to be discussing the possible Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez matchup. As always, see, let's hop right into it. What are your overall thoughts on this fight? If it actually take place, because this is boxing and we rarely get the fights that we want to see, but I'm praying that this fight takes place. If it does, what's your overall thoughts on this fight?
I think it's an intriguing matchup. You get Canelo, who's been at the top of boxing, at the pinnacle of the sport for a while now. Then you get David Benavidez, another Mexican coming up strong, calling out the champ. So I just think it's all a good fight. I think it answers a lot of questions, and it's just all overall good for boxing. So I think it's a very intriguing matchup.
All right, now Canelo said he never won. I think when someone asked him about Benavidez, he said that he don't want to fight another Mexican. Is that a duck thing that he's trying to do? Is that really has he fought any other Mexicans? I don't think
Well,
so, but what you think about that?
well, I like how he cleared it up. He said he overall he looked at Mexico as a whole, so he wants to be united. He says so it's not like he was ducking. He just there's so much many other fights out there for him. But like he cleared it up at the end, he said he's not scared and he'll fight anybody. And I think you would say probably the last 5 or 6 days he's been a little bit more vocal. He says he's ready for Benavidez. He said he's not chasing Benavidez. And I would agree. I feel like Benavidez need Canelo more than Canelo need Benavidez. But he said he's even open to taking that fight sooner than later, and even possibly before Dimitri Bivol. So I think he's clearing it up, and we're going to get that matchup. That's why I think talk is talk. But I think we're going to get what we want.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like he should be trying to fight Benavidez first before Bivol because he don't want no more Bivol. That's just my opinion. He'll take that fight for the money, but I don't think he have a game plan. When he went back to the lab, he was like, "I tried my best. I don't think it's nothing more I can do." So, what would Canelo have to do to actually win that fight against David Benavidez? What do you think he has to do? Mind in his mind, in his training, and in the ring. What do you see him doing to win that fight?
Well, I think David Benavidez is tailor made for Canelo. That style, that aggressive style. Canelo has been in the deep water before. He's been against even one of the best, Floyd Mayweather. So I think the aggression he'll be able to use that against David Benavidez. I would say that Caleb Plant was more holding and wasn't as confident as Canelo's going to be. Canelo's going to be blocking. He's going to be slipping and looking for deadly counters on him. So I think the more that Benavidez pressures, the more chance that he gets hurt early. I think we'll see in that fight with David Benavidez, his punch count will come way down because he'll realize the more he opens up on Canelo, the more of a chance of him getting hurt or possibly knocked out, getting a TKO. So that's why I just kind of think, in a sense, he's tailor-made for Canelo Alvarez style.
I think the same thing. If what type of fight do you think he'll fight? We've seen Canelo get in the ring and he's aggressive, right? He's doing the Floyd on the front toe. I'm right here. I'm right in front of you. We've also seen him, as you say, be a hell of a counterpunching dude, boxer. What fits him best for that fight, you think? Because like you said, David Benavidez is going to be swinging. He's going to be coming towards you. Not much foot movement, kind of straightforward, leaning forward. What is his best way to actually win that fight, boxing style wise, for Canelo, in your opinion?
I think he can win it. It's not. I think it's more than just one way. I could see him late in the fight trying to walk down David Benavidez when he feel that the time is right. But I could also see him letting Benavidez come to him, using that aggression, that aggressive style against him. I think Canelo. He has a solid uppercut. I think the uppercut is a big punch versus David Benavidez, and we all know Canelo is he's up on the top of the list when it comes to defense. Like I said, the way he slips those punches side to side, and when he's slipping, he's always looking to hurt you also. So I think he can. I think that's what makes it such a good fight because it's more than one way for Canelo to take the fight. I think he can, like I said, front foot, back foot, but still in all, I think when you make it to the deep water, 8 round, I just feel like Canelo's gonna be right there where he's been before, and Benavidez hasn't. And we might have to see Benavidez dig down, come out more with the jab, and try to. He might actually change and become more of a boxer in that fight. So we never know his game plan because game plans that's A, B, and C. Never know how far in the tool bag is going to have to go. But I can say with confidence, Canelo has seen all styles already. He's seen him at different weights. He's seen Dimitri. He's seen Floyd. He's seen Amir Khan, so he can deal with speed. He can deal with power. He took big punches from Triple G. So I just feel like he's in the deep water. But I feel like Benavidez hasn't been up against a good counterpuncher like Canelo and somebody with that big uppercut that's waiting to stop you at any time.
Yeah, yeah. Same question, different boxer. If David Benavidez win this fight, how do you see in him win the fight?
He's gonna have to do something I think we all probably never seen before. We all know he can take it to you on the ropes. He can dominate the center of the ring. But I think Canelo comes out and it's a real good fight in the early match. Maybe we'll see David Benavidez dig deep, like I said, bring out that boxing style, and actually he might become great in that fight and showing his dominance. Just doing, like I said, doing things we never seen, using different combinations instead of that rapid fire, boom, boom, boom. Maybe he can show how great he is with his timing. Maybe he has a better timing than he showed. Maybe he has to dig that deep and show the timing that he has and the patience that he has. And maybe he hasn't been up against the right person to show his punching ability. So it's just I could talk all day about this fight. I just think it's many ways and many. I think both of the guys will have more than one style. They'll be ready. This will be war, and they'll have more than one tool bag. They'll have more than one in their ear. So I think it's going to be coming from everywhere. Eddie Reynoso going to be coming also from David Benavidez trainer. They'll both be getting advice from guys that they look up to and admire who's been in the sport for a while, like Oscar De La Hoya. Some people probably to like I said, it could go on and on, but I just think these guys, nobody can get on YouTube and just say, this is what's going to happen. This is going to happen. We're going to see multiple game plans because two good trainers, two good boxers. And like I said, David Benavidez is hungry, but Canelo's been there. So it's a great fight.
Yeah, in my opinion, he's going to have to box more once he realizes that Canelo's actually going to be able to counter the rapid shots that he do. Because when he's throwing those rapid shots, he's open. His body is open. His head is open for the right uppercut, which I think is just perfect for Canelo, as we said in the last video, and as we said as we was watching that fight. So to me, I think you said it perfectly. If he's gonna win that fight, Benavidez, he's gonna have to prove that he's great that night and show us something that maybe we knew he could do, but he don't choose to do because he kind of mowed down all of his opponents. I guess so. This would be the last question. Well, not really the last question, but almost the last question. If this fight take place, and I always preference in boxing, you know, boxing fans, you know how it is. We don't get the fights that we want to see, and I'll say that to the day I die. But if this fight does take place, who are you taking? Does it go 12, or do you see a knockout in a possible early round?
I don't see an early knockout. I can see a TKO, but either way, but I'm leaning toward Canelo. His experience, endurance, just I can say it over and over, been there, done that. It's just a new face. I think the pressure will be on Benavidez. Canelo has losses already. He's made millions in the sport. He's dominated different divisions. I think all the pressure I would say, like I said, is on Benavidez. I feel like Benavidez will have a great career even if he didn't fight Canelo. As fans, that's the fights we want, but I don't think I don't think it solidifies either guy's career. I think Canelo's fine where he is. I think Benavidez can have a great career and dominate from here on up, dominating fresh competition. Maybe at some point going up to 175, fighting better BF, Dimitri Bivol, some of those guys. But I think it just when it happens, it'll be just great for the sport. I am taking Canelo. I just think right now at this point, he's going to be a lot sharper. He's going to give Benavidez a lot more to think about, and it's going to have to test the toughness, the mental fortitude of David Benavidez. Like I said, Canelo's been there. I don't think there's one punch he hasn't seen. Eddie Reynoso great at putting together combinations to counter certain combinations you throw. Love Eddie Reynoso. So I just kind of think I check all the boxes mostly with Canelo. But if Benavidez won, it'd be great, you know.
I'm gonna say it, and you probably hear it here first on SFO. I think David Benavidez is actually gonna put Canelo into retirement, put him in the pasture, finish him. I think he'll knock him out like 7th round. That's just my opinion. The only reason I think so is because the aggression and the hunger of David is just something that maybe Canelo had coming out of the Mayweather fight. His next few fights after that, I think he's going to finish him. I know Canelo does have the package and he has what it takes to beat him. I just think sometimes you catch somebody at the right time in the right moment in their career, and no matter what they do, you just can't beat them on that night. And I think that's probably be his best fight in his best fight night ever that he would ever have in his career. But that's just my opinion. I see a lot of hunger in him. I see he don't forget about what people told him when he was younger and being fat and being this and that and bullying him. He don't like it, and it's like everybody that he fight, he feel like that's that person that used to bully him when he was younger. Even though he said he used to put hands on him, you could tell by him still talking about it in his mid-20s, it still bothered him. So, any last words before we get out of here? See, Anthony.
Yeah, I say that it'll be good to see. I just I find it hard to believe that he'll be able to do what he wants to Canelo, seeing that he didn't dominate a tentative Caleb Plant, somebody who was in a lot of the fight, he wasn't confident and he was kind of in survival mode. Like you won't see that
Holding, like I mean a lot, right? I mean a lot.
Holden, even when he threw his jab and when he threw some of his punches, those punches to me sometimes were thrown to say, "Here it is, I'm doing it," instead of like with conviction, like I'm trying to boom boom. It's like more like I got to do it now. I got to stand my ground. You know, like I said, kind of like a survival mode a lot of the fight. Canelo won't be in survival mode at all.
Nah.
So I just, you know,
Well, if he hurts him, it's a point where he could. I just have to see how Canelo can actually handle that bull rush of David. You know what I mean? I want to see
I think
how
he'll
he's
be
going to
ready.
handle it.
I think the loss to Dimitri Bivol is actually good experience for to go against Benavidez. Just that's a superior boxer who even Benavidez hasn't fought. So I think him just fighting Dimitri Bivol has him so much sharp and ready for Benavidez. I think he might not know what hit him.
I can agree with that because at times Ball was actually coming at him very strategically, giving that spot, but he still was pressuring. He still was putting that pressure on him. All right, we don't hit our time limit, so you good?
Yeah, I'm going TKO Canelo, especially if it happens this year.
Before the 10th round,
I don't know.
drag him into the
TKO
waters.
TKO Canelo, but I don't want to say we gotta watch more training. Canelo he's going on this campaign right now showing that his hand was actually hurt against Dimitri Bivol. Say it's gonna be much more powerful in his next fight. So I don't know, but I just right now without deep thought, I would just say TKO until we till some time pass and we actually see what's going on.
Fair, all fair. So as always, we're gonna get out of here. Thanks for tuning in. If you like today's content, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the video and hit up the comment section because I said it, I'm gonna continue to say it. We don't bite, just leave a comment. For C. Anthony, I've been Sean Mack, and this is Sports Fans Only. Peace.